Good evening, everybody. Here, back here at TV's cabin. I bought me a little welder over the weekend, and I'm working over this machete that I've been working on for quite a while. Oh, I didn't work on it very long, but it's just, I've probably got about 12 hours so far into it, and I just thought you might want to see what I got done so far. I got a little 225 arc welder over the weekend. Went over and bought it at Lowe's. It's not too bad a welding machine. I had to cut it down to 135 because it was burning too hot at the 150 and 175, so I had to cut it down to 135, and it works just fine. I just wanted you to see if I can get that welding machine in there where you can see what I bought over there at Lowe's. It's not too bad a machine. I wired up the power box behind there and hooked it all up. Oh, it took me about 30 minutes. If anybody can learn to weld. I never was a professional welder, but I was always good at taking metal and making metal tools from stairwells and stuff like that. I worked with tool dresser in the oil field, and I can make almost any shape I want with steel. With this here, I don't have a cutting torch yet. I'm not sure if y'all can see that. Let me tilt that just a little on that camera so you can see what I'm working on here at the table, which is the machete. Might be a little hard to see from there. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit. Maybe that would help just a little more. Now, let's see. I can't see good at it very far over there on that little screen, so I'm hoping that I got this in here where you can see what I'm doing. Right now I'm shaping the shape of my hand guard, and then I've got to finish dressing it out a little more, knocking off that oil and stuff where I re-hardened the steel. But I think this one's going to make a pretty good machete. Once I get it sharpened again. See, I had to reheat the steel. I've got to build another. I'm going to build another forge so it make it work a lot better. I had to fill that whole wood box on my blacksmith forge out there. That pot just wasn't big enough. I was only getting like half of my steel heated. So I had to fill up that whole wood box with kindling wood and coals and get that sucker hot all the way across. Well, your blower, trouble was my blower was just coming up through the middle of it, of the stuff, so I took the blower and blew it on top. I didn't show you that, but went and blowed it on top through the wood by hand to get the whole thing heated up all the way down the blade, instead of just in half of it at a time, because every time you get one half tempered, the other half's not tempered. Down the little portable blacksmith forge disc drum, you know, it works pretty good for us making knives and shorter blades, but these longer blades, I discovered that I wasn't getting it quite as hard as I wanted to. So tomorrow I'll probably go out. We've had some tornadoes down here in southeast Oklahoma. Pretty well wiped out some of our communities up western Oklahoma, you know, up north there at, I can't think of the name of the town, but several people was hurt and killed in that deal, and it's a bad deal. And I hope that those folks are doing okay tonight, but they sure going to have a rough time putting their lives back together. And some of them is having a difficult time with loss of loved ones. So our prayers go out to them. Now let's see. But anyway, tonight there's supposed to be more storms out. They're talking about. I don't know if it's going to get in our area or not again, but I hope not. Oklahoma's took a beating in the last couple of years than tornadoes. They have to build different kind of housing. And housing's costly. Just to build a little cabin like I got, it'll cost you $40,000 anymore, just a frame cabin. That's what I got here. I got about 800 square foot of house. It's got actually 2 bedrooms. One I use for an office, and then I got a bedroom, 1 bedroom, 1 bath. And then I got this kitchen area here, which we're in right now, kitchen, store, shop. Been wanting to build on my house and go that way with a shop. But the materials are so costly, unless I can find some old houses to tear down and get some hands that'll stick with me, it's hard to get anybody down here to work anymore. Some will, some won't. And the ones that will work are as crippled up as I am, and I need men that's strong and able-bodied. No offense, but the other thing about it is the ones that are strong and able-bodied usually on drugs and ain't worth a crap down here. You know, it's our drunk Monday. They're time, oh, I can't make it in early this morning. I'll be out this afternoon after you're ready to go in from your day. Here they come wanting to work then. Anyway, that's the way it's been for the last, I don't know, 20 years I've put up with that. Get my hands out of jail or something like that, and have to pay the bail and put their butt back to work. When I was doing the fence building contracting, I built all kinds of fence, barbed wire fences for 20 years, off and on in the summer months through sometimes part of the winter. In other works, built barns. I've done a lot of different kinds of ranch work, broke horses, worked livestock, broken me, yeah, that's what I started to say, I did. Broke my back twice, and my knees have been busted repeatedly. Had every bone in me broke sometime or another still. And then, you know, that kind of thing don't do us good in our old age. It gives us a lot of problems. It's like right now I'm about half blind trying to see what I'm doing here. Okay, I'm going to finish grinding this out, and then I'll take it off here and show you what I got. Knocking some of the burrs off of there and show you what we got here, and then I'll do the other side, and then I'll do a separate video because I don't know how long they'll let me demonstrate this stuff, but I don't want to take too long and bore you. But see, I've made a little knife guard there. I don't know if I'm getting too close or not, and I got to take that on, polish that all out, and then the next I'm going to probably heat treat it one more time just to be sure it's good. When I get me another forge built, before I put the handles on it, I got to make a set of handles yet. Got to knock the burrs off of this. That's the bead I put on it. It's not a great bead. I'm not an expert welder, but I'll tell you one thing, it won't come off there. It's brazed together as one now. The only thing is I've got to work this down to match both sides. You know, I don't want it to come to a point. I'm just going to try to round it here and here. Kind of like the old short swords were. Similar. But this one's not exactly a sword. I made it for a machete, actually, even though it does look like a short sword, don't it? Kinda. A little bit. But short swords didn't have an edge on top. This one has an edge on top because this was a lawnmower blade. It's 1/8 of an inch thick, I believe, steel, which it chops good. I've already used it for chopping brush around here. Wrapped it with rope and wore a nice blister on my hand for doing it without putting a handle on it. So I definitely going to put a handle on it. Let's see. Where is that tape? I think it's 1/8 of an inch steel, and this was a mulched blade that yeah, it's 1/8 of an inch thick is what we got on this one. Now my knife's a full 1/4 inch, but that's because I made it off from my lawn tractor, off the Craftsman lawn tractor. The tip of the blade was no good for a lawnmower blade anymore. Now them holes in the center won't hurt a thing. It'll work just like it is. It's pretty well hardened. I could use it just like it is if I wanted to. But I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and reheat it again, the steel, one more time when I build my other forge before I put the handles on the stay. I've got to make some handles for it. I've got a little piece of oak right here. I may have to get another piece. This may not work for both sides. I'm not sure if I got enough. But I'll have to cut it out of that. And what I'm going to do, it's just a piece of oak, dried dead oak out of the river bottom, just like I made